is your favorite category to sell currently, and what is your least favorite, and why?
My favorite is probably, I would say probably it's getting towards beauty. I used to not like beauty because things would get returned or like all of a sudden like the listing would get deleted. That was
That's
before I knew that like there were duplicate listings and like generic like I didn't
yeah,
know that prior.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's like could be hard and somewhat devastating. It's like I made a YouTube video about this the other day. It's like sometimes like you have the right idea, you're just not executing it correctly. And that was
mm,
exactly what was happening with beauty. Like I had the right idea. It's a good category.
mm,
It's just I was buying the wrong brands. I was like shopping the sales. Everyone else was like
mm.
I was just doing it wrong.
Right.
So that's become I kind what I miss most about apparel. Well, I'll say that that's my least favorite category just because of returns, lots of
Beauty,
competition there.
beauty released.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
beauty's my favorite,
Favorite.
becoming one of my favorite.
Okay.
Apparel is my least favorite.
I hear you.
The one thing I liked about apparel, it was like you could buy different sizes, different colors. So it
Right.
makes sourcing so much easier because like one item, like it's like finding 10 because of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the
One listing is a
variation.
bunch of listings. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I kind of like that about beauty because like if you find beauty, there can be different shades, stuff can be bundled. There's a
yeah.
little bit like different leeway there.
Mhm.
Um, and cancels don't seem to be too bad. I mean, I'm a wider store
Mhm.
than I am deeper, so
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Right, right. Yeah, and I think also with beauty, it's more susceptible to IP complaints and whatnot.
True.
When I first started selling beauty, I liked it a lot because they're high ticket items and you can prep them really quickly.
And they're
That's why
small.
that's why I started kind of leading my way towards beauty. But then I think I got my first suspected IP complaint with beauty, and I was like, oh shit, but it was to the whole generic brand. Like it was automatic bought pretty much by Amazon saying, hey, why is this generic brand have like a Mac product?
Yeah, and
Um,
every once in a while, there's like, oh, there's this like banned ingredient. You're like,
yeah,
what? And
yeah.
it's like deleted. You're like,
But the new seller will just not realize because a lot of Amazon's kind of is crazy, but they have methods to it. But if you're a new seller, you're just like, oh snap, I got a suspected IP complaint. This is horrible. I'm gonna get shut down. And but you
yeah, it
learn
used to
through
consume
it.
my whole day. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'll deal with that later. Like, it's
Yeah,
not a big deal.
yeah. So when you are sourcing, what kind of softwares and extensions do you use, and which one do you think are more important than another one?
So I'm using Keepa and SellerApp mainly
Okay.
every day.
Mhm.
Those are probably the only two you really need.
Okay.
And then Inventory Labs, obviously, to kind of track numbers. The Prep Center uses that to list. So those are pretty much the top three
Okay.
for me. And I've been doing a lot of like almost just Keepa, like product finder stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and just kind of doing a combination. Like there's just so many different sources searches you could do in Keepa. I've
Yeah.
really just been like trying to learn more about that,
Mhm.
and doing a lot of manual
Yeah.
reverse sourcing. I don't really do as much
Yeah.
anymore.
I think reverse sourcing for me, I don't you do as much, but I always end up doing a little bit from Keep a Product Finder.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of going off you. Yeah, I've been kind of getting deeper and deeper with Keep a Product Finder. And I notice myself just once you find, the perfect Keep a graph, because you're kind of reverse engineering what you used to do, right? When you
yeah.
reverse source, you're looking for the good Keep a graph, where you're Keep a Product Finder, you're creating that Keep a graph. Now you can go backwards. And so, yeah, I agree with you. I don't really reverse source either, but I will still use it when the time comes.
Yeah, I'll definitely reverse source. Like if it's a product where like I was like, damn, like it was like hard to find one. Two, you really had to like use
Know
some
your shit.
promo. Like you had to know some stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, this person definitely has some of that other stuff. So like
Yeah.
I'll like kind of go through their store, but like not like generic, like just go to like a great value or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Like when you find something that's foreign to you and you go and
Yeah.
you find those sellers on there, well, it's foreign to you, but you go on their site or their store and it's like all the similar kind of stuff. You
That
want to look at
happened
that.
today. I was just like, ooh. And then like I just got like five or six things and I was like, it just happened like the sale just coincided. And
Yeah.
I like just recently figured something out about the site and I was like, damn, like that's how it's. And then I was just like, all right, like game on. Like this person obviously knows this too, so it's time to.
Yeah. Do you keep tabs of stores? I used to, but then I've kind of just stopped doing it. I think it's out of laziness, but I probably should do that still. How about yourself?
Every once in a while, like so,
Yeah.
I do have like a list of storefronts. I'm
Mhm.
more like it just to be like, what's everyone else up to, just kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, obviously, I know whose storefronts they are.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I kind of like pretty much know. I never really, I'm not a big fan of like going through like some of your friendlies with store and like trashing it because like, I don't
Oh,
know, it's
yeah.
just not right.
Yeah.
But there is definitely some stores. I mainly use it for ideas.
Okay.
So like, there'll be some stuff where I'm like, usually what I'll do it is it's like if I'm happen to be reverse sourcing with someone's store and they're close on a lot of stuff, I'm like,
Mhm.
I just must have missed the sale. So I'll just like put it down there and then put it in the sheet and then like kind of check it back. But I'm just more looking for ideas and more brands. Like what brands are they selling? Not
Mhm.
necessarily like what are they selling? Because usually you're like probably like 1 to 2 weeks late by the time like if you're seeing it like in their store, like probably
Mhm.
everyone else is, and then it's like,
True.
why did this tank? It's like,
Yeah.
well, because we're all like 4 weeks late now.
Yeah. And kind of the reason I will FBM some things is because if it's from a big box site too, I'm like, I know if I
Yeah.
buy this into the prep center, it's gonna tank. Like there's no way around it. So I those times as well, I will FBM. Do you keep a running list of all your leads that you source?
Yeah, I have so many spreadsheets. So I
Uh,
have
that's really
everything I've
imperative. I think it's very
everything I've bought. So every single order, like line by line, like all that data.
like with
I
the
have like a
seller Google Sheet.
master. Yeah, I have a master buy sheet, which
There you
is
go.
like just individual. So like every just ASIN doesn't like not all the orders. I have an out of stock sheet. I have a
Okay.
sheet for Christmas, like might be good during Christmas. And I have another sheet. It's like if I could get this on sale, like I'll
Uh-huh.
just put in the notes in Seller Amp. It's like if I could get this 30% off, like this makes sense.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
because what happens is it's like you go to a site, you're like, oh man, this is so close. And then that site runs a sale. You're like, oh, what was that like? It's like so far
Yeah.
like behind.
You don't
That
remember. Yeah.
happened recently where I'm just like, it's so annoying because it's like, it's kind of a lot of work to grab the link and all. But today it happened, and it was the first time I was like, wow, like I was able to just buy like 5 to 8 ASINs that I looked at like 3 months ago
Mhm.
and I would have never been able to like kind of find them as quickly or
Right.
no, because like sometimes like the rank just like or it goes out of stock or whatever
Mhm.
happens, it's like boom. And then you have this huge advantage because like if you're going to the site, like I already have 8 things to buy.
Mhm.
Right. If you even find like 4 of the 8 that I bought, like I'm already like it's already getting shipped to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
Right.
already so like it creates a huge advantage. It's super annoying but it's definitely about like data and I love to capture. I think I capture like 20 or 30 fields in Seller Amp where it's like it's the brand, it's the how many sales, it's the price, the average, like because I just want to be able to sort. Like it's like, oh, Walmart's having like a sale on Sony. It's like where are all the Sony things? Like let's just sort by brand
There you
and
go.
like start clicking. Are they still
Mhm.
profitable? Are they not? And then
Mhm.
it's just like an easy starting point. The
Mhm.
worst thing to do is have like a sheet full of just almost like links because it's
Yeah.
not really. I mean, I guess you could sort by Walmart, but like
That's what I do.
you wouldn't know the brand though. So like,
Yeah.
if you and plus like I don't see it more work. If I had to do the spreadsheet myself, it'd be annoying. But like, since I just add another column with Seller Amp and it was like capture the
Easy.
brand.